Good morning. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. How good it is, how sweet it is, to be together on this day. How good it is, how sweet it is, to be together on this day. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד. הנה מה טוב ומה נעים, שבת אחים גם יחד.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you all for joining us to celebrate Shabbat and the B'nai Mitzvah of Charlie and Rachel Schwartz this morning. For those who are here every week and for those for whom this is your first time at Temple Beth El, welcome. We are so glad to have you here. So we are thrilled to be celebrating Rachel and Charlie. Charlie's bar mitzvah with COVID. COVID really created so many disruptions in our lives and delayed things, and a blessing that has come out of that is that we are able to celebrate Charlie and Rachel together on this Shabbat morning. So in our service this morning, Rachel is going to lead us in prayer, and then Rachel and Charlie will chant Torah and offer their own interpretations of our ancient sacred text. If you would like to follow along, there are prayer books that are underneath your seats, but we also will have all of the words projected on the screens, whichever you feel most comfortable with. We welcome everyone's participation. The more singing and participation we have, the more we grow the joy, the simcha of this morning. If you don't know the words, a wonderful thing about Judaism is that a lai works just fine. No matter what we are doing, you will get by with a lai. I'll also ask you right now to take a moment to take your cell phones out and make sure they are on silent or off so that we can all be fully present during our service this morning. And with that, it's my pleasure to invite Rachel up to the bima to lead us in prayer.
Yana lai lai lai, 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 yana lai lai lai. Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam Va'ed. Yalalai lai lai, 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 yalalai. lai lai lai, yalla lai lai lai.
Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol. All these things your Torah gives to us. And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem, Kivod Malchuto, Leolam Vaed. You may now be seated. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levavcha uv'chol nafshecha uv'chol meodecha ve'hayud hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzaveha hayom alevavecha Veshinantam levanecha vedibarta bam veshivtecha bebetecha uvlechtecha vaderech uvshokbecha uvkumecha ukshartam leot al yadecha vehayu letotafot bein einecha uktavtam al mezuzot beitecha Uvisharecha Leman tizkeru V'asitem et kol mitzvotai V'titem kedoshim Elohehem Ani Adonai Elohehem Asher hotzeiti etem Me'eretz Mitzrayim Liyot lahem Elohim Ani Adonai Elohehem. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before we ever stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, the winding way to promise, passing through the wilderness. There is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands and marching together. Chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh, mi chamocha nedelim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar b'kodesh. Nora tehilot, hosei felech, Nora tehilot, hosei
חדשה שיבחו גאולים לשמחה אספת חיים יחד כולם הודו והמלכו ונרו אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד.
Yalla lai lai lai, 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 yalla lai lai lai. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanorah, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'konei Hakol, V'zocher Chasei Avot v'imahot, Umevi Geula Livnei V'neihem, Leman Shemo Ba'avava, Melech Ozer Umashia Umagen, Baruch Atah Adonai, Magen Abraham, Bezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Leolam Adonai, Mechayim Mitim, Atah Rav Leoshia, Rashi Raharua, Umorid Hagashem, Mechalkel Hayim Bechesed, Mechayim Meitim Berachamim Remim, Sof Mechnoflim Berofeh Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayem Emunato Lishene Afar, Micha Mocha Baal Givorot, Umido Melach, Melech Meimid, Umekayem, Umatzmiya Yeshua, Benat Manatav L'chayot Meitim, Baruch Atah Adonai, Mechayech HaMeitim.
Nikadesh Shimcha ba'olam, Keshem shemati shimoto mishmeraram, Kakatuv ya niviecha, Vikara zel zel amar.
Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzivaot, Lelo Chol Haaretz Kivodo.
Adir, Adirenu Adonai, Adonenu Madir, Shimcha bechol haaretz.
Baruch Kivod Adonai Mimkomo.
Echadu Eloheinu, Hu Avinu, Hu Malkeinu, Hu Moshienu, V'Hu Yashvienu, V'Rachamav V'Enei Kol Chai. Ani Adonai Elohechem,
Yimloch Adonai Leolam, Elohai Yitzion, Ledor Vador. Hallelujah.
Ledor Vador Nagigo Lecha, Ulenetzach Netzachim Kedushacha Nagdish, B'Shimchacha Eloheinu Mepinu Lo Yamush, Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai, Ha'el HaKadosh.
You may now be seated.
Yismehu v'malachutelcha, Shomrei, 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 Shabbat v'korei onei Shabbat. Yismehu v'malachutelcha, Shomrei, 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 Shabbat v'korei onei Shabbat. Mekadeshei, Mekadeshei Shevi, Shabbat. Kulam Yisraelu v'yetat tuvecha, Shabbat. Yismehu v'malachutelcha, Shomrei, 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 Shabbat v'korei onei Shabbat. Yismehu v'malachutelcha, Shomrei, 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 Shabbat v'korei onei Shabbat. Ve'ashir
Ratzitabo, Vikdashto,
Shabbat,
Chemdat Yamim, Oto Karata,
Shabbat, Yismehu Malachutcha, Shomrei, 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 Shabbat, V'korei Onei Shabbat, Yismehu Malachutcha, Shomrei, 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 Shabbat, V'korei Onei Shabbat.
Zecher Lemase Bereshit,
Shabbat,
Zecher Lemase Bereshit,
Shabbat, Yismehu Malachutcha, Shomrei, 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 Shabbat, V'korei Onei Shabbat, Yismehu Malachutcha, Shomrei, 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 Shabbat, V'korei Onei Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai, Mikadesh HaShabbat.
We now take time for silent prayer.
Ose Shalom, Roma. Ose Shalom, Roma. Uyase Shalom. Uyase Shalom. Uyase Shalom. Aleinu. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. Oh, say Shalom. Roma. Oh, say Shalom. Roma.
Yasher Koach. Rachel, you did a beautiful job leading us in worship. You were so composed and enthusiastic and just did a beautiful job. Thank you. Toda rabah. We now move into our Seder Kriyat HaTorah, our Torah service, in which Rachel and Charlie will read from the Torah and offer their own reflections. But in order to place the Torah in the hands of Rachel and Charlie, we first recognize the Shalshelet HaKabbalah, the unbroken chain of tradition. We recognize all the hands that have held our tradition and passed it down from generation to generation until today. So at this time, I would like to invite up Joshua Schwartz and Sammy Winter to open our ark, and Walter and Lee Winter, Steve and Abby Schwartz, Dixie Christensen, and Kelly and Barry Schwartz to join us on the first step of the bima for our Torah pass. Please rise as the ark is opened.
Scoot down a little bit.
All right. So what I am holding in my arms and what your dad is holding in his is, of course, the Torah. Now, I imagine you both have favorite books. I think we all have favorite books that we've read once. If it was a really good book, maybe we read it twice. If it was really, really good, maybe we read it 3 times. But the Torah is a book that we don't just read over and over, but we read from start to finish each and every year. Now, why would we do that? We've read the words before. The words don't change. So why do we continue to read it each and every year? Rachel has an answer. Beautiful, to remind us of the stories and traditions. And there's another reason, which Rabbi Ben Bagbag explains in the Talmud, which is a great name, Rabbi Ben Bagbag. Excellent rabbinic name. He says, turn it and turn it again, for everything is in it. That though there are a finite number of words in this text, every time we read it, we find something new. We find something new about our past, something new about our tradition, and something new about ourselves. And this morning, you, Rachel, and Charlie are going to offer your own interpretations. You are going to add your voices, the things that you see in this text. You are going to add that to our Shoshelet HaKabbalah, our unbroken chain of tradition. And you've grown up in a home where the words of the Torah have been sung from generation to generation, and we are honored to place this Torah in your arms this morning. L'dor v'dor nagid godlecha, from generation to generation we shall praise your name. Right here, front and center. Perfect.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shema. Adonai Eloheinu ve'yishtachavu lecha kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'yishtachavu lecha kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'yishtachavu lecha kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu ve'yishtachavu lecha kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu romemu. Ki kadosh Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu Romemu Adonai Eloheinu Ve'yishtachavu Lecha Kosho Romemu Adonai Eloheinu Ve'yishtachavu Lecha Kosho Ki Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu Ki, come on up. Ki Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu Al Shlosha Devarim Al Shlosha Devarim Al Shlosha Devarim Ha'olam Omed Al Shlosha Devarim Al Shlosha Devarim Al Shlosha Devarim Ha'olam Oved Al HaTorah Ve'al HaAvodah Ve'al Gemilut Hasadim Al HaTorah Ve'al HaAvodah Ve'al Gemilut Hasadim Al Shlosha Devarim Al Shlosha Devarim Al Shlosha Devarim Ha'olam Omed.
I'd like to talk about my Torah portion and what it means to me. In my Torah portion, 3 guests arrive at Abraham and Sarah's tent. They inform Abraham that God will give the elderly Sarah a child. The prophecy comes true, and they name their son Isaac. God tells Abraham to sacrifice Isaac. Abraham obliges, but is told that it was a test of faith and offers a ram to sacrifice instead. My Torah portion is meant to show us that we should obey the word of God without question, and I actually disagree with this. If God asks you to do something so inhumane and wrong like sacrificing your own son, then you should say no, because your family is the most important thing and they must come before everything else. Family is not limited to just your blood, though. Family is whoever you grew up with, or it's the people who help you through things, or it can just be people you enjoy spending time with. I consider lots of people who aren't technically related to me my family. This includes my big sister Lindsay and all of her family, lots of my great friends, and our great friend Randall, and so many more. Even though I don't always get along with my family, I can always trust them to help me as best they can. So I actually disagree with what happened in my Torah portion. God should have never told Abraham to sacrifice his only child. And when God did say that, Abraham should have shut it down immediately. The lesson I learned from this Torah portion is that family should always come first, no matter who else is saying different. This includes a boss, a teacher, and your peers. You should always prioritize your family over a job, school, and extra things you might participate in. What's special about my portion is that this is the first, and I hope only time, that human sacrifice is ever considered. In my future life, I can learn from this by prioritizing my family and making sure everything's okay with them before all else. So to sum it up, when someone asks something unreasonable of you, you need to know when to say no and stand up for yourself.
Yasher Koach. Thank you, Charlie. And now we will read from the Torah. For the first aliyah, I will call up as a bar mitzvah, Charlie. Ya'amod, Ishaya Asher ben Baruch Yaakov Yisrael Aliyah, lebar mitzvah.
Baruch et Adonai Hamvorach.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hamvarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Where is it? I forgot the tune. Vayera elav Adonai Belunei Mamre Vehu Yoshev Petach HaOhel Kechom Hayom Vayisa Einav Vayar Vehine Shloshan Ishim Nitzavim Alav Vayaratz Likratam Mipetach HaOhel Vishtachavu Arza Vayomar Adonai Imna Matzati Chen Be'enecha Al Na Ta'avor Ma'al Avdecha. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nata b'telchenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Can I go sit down now? I would have this.
Having my sibling support. And now we'll hear some words of Torah from Rachel.
My Torah portion is called the Ve'era, from the book of Genesis. In this Torah portion, God gives Sarah a baby, who they name Isaac. But then, years later, God tells Abraham to sacrifice the child. Right as Abraham is about to kill Isaac, God calls out to him and he says, "Abraham!" And Abraham responds with, "Hineni," or "I am here," and tells God not to kill Isaac. This is important because you are not to fear God, but love and trust him, because he is a wise teacher guiding us. It is important to let him in your life and to let him be a part of it so he can guide you. I like this Torah portion because it has underlying themes of trust, and we can see this when God calls out to Abraham, and Abraham responds with, "I am here." This shows that he has a connection with God, and he trusts God. Because when he says, "I am here," it shows that he is not nervous, and he is fully aware of who he's talking to. In Hebrew, there are two ways to say "I am here." You can say "Ani po" or "Hineni." In this part of the Torah, Abraham says "Hineni" and not "Ani po." This is very important because it shows that Abraham is not only physically here, but also mentally. To be Hineni is to be one with yourself in the moment, and it is something that most people struggle with, which is why it is so important that Abraham says Hineni, because it shows that he was truly in the moment with himself and God, and he was ready to make the ultimate sacrifice for him. In my life, there are days when I am at school and I am physically there, but not totally present. When this happens, I don't get as much out of class or spending time with my friends. I find that when I'm Hineni at school, I'm present in body and mind, and I really get the benefit of what my teachers are trying to say. My teachers always say, "Be like a sponge, soak up everything." So when I'm Hineni at school, I'm able to soak up everything. There are times to be Hineni and times to be Po. It's okay to be Po, just to be present sometimes, but when you are striving for greatness, it is important to be fully Hineni. In the end, Abraham couldn't kill Isaac, and there may be more than one reason for that. From one of my favorite Slipknot songs, we quote the words, "You cannot kill what you did not create." I believe that Abraham could not kill Isaac because God, in that moment, taught him that you should not kill his creation. Hineni is a term not used lightly, but used in times of need. Abraham did not want to kill Isaac, but was so devoted to God that he forgot about his moral being as a human. After God tells Abraham not to kill Isaac, he explains that he does not want to kill Isaac because he does not truly know him, because Abraham has withheld him from God.
Yasher Koach. Beautifully said, Rachel. For our second Aliyah, it's my honor to invite up Walter and Lee Winter and Steve and Evie Schwartz.
Ready? Baruch Adonai Hambarak. Baruch Adonai Hambarak Leolam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarak Leolam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar mikol ha'omim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen.
Vayehi achar hadvarim ha'elech v'cha'ale Elohim nisa et Abraham vayomer elav Abraham vayomer hineni vayomer kachna et binchad et yechidechad asher achavta et Yitzchak velech lecha el eretz hamoria v'ha'alei usham le'olah al ahad hecharim asher omar elecha.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'haye olam natan b'tohenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen. Now's the time. We got our undivided. Hugs, kisses, all that great stuff. Why not?
Come and stand right on this side. Now it's my honor to call you, Rachel, to the Torah as about Mitzvah. Ta'amod Rachel Leah bat Baruch Yaakov Yisrael Leah leba Mitzvah.
Baruch atah, Baruch et Adonai Hambora, Baruch Adonai Hambora leolam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu et Torahim lahamim, natan lanu et Torato, Baruch atah Adonai noten ha'Torah.
Amen.
Vayashkem Avraham baboker, vayahavosh et homoro, vayika et shenei ne'arav ito, vayet Yitzchak beno, vayivaka et latzei olam, Vayakom Vayelech el hamakom asher amar lo Elohim. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam neta b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Okay.
With the words of our unbroken tradition still floating in the air, we take a moment to think about the brokenness in our world, to think about all those who are in need of healing, of body, of mind, and of spirit. If there's someone that you're thinking of on this morning, someone who is in need of a little bit of wholeness, a little bit of shlemut in their lives, I invite you to share their name as my eyes meet yours.
Mi shebeirach avotenu mikor haberacha imotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mi shebeirach imotenu mikor haberacha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
I'll invite Rachel and Charlie to join me back up at the bima as we dress the Torah and return it to the ark. Please rise.
Vezot HaTorah asher sa Moshe bifnei bnei Yisrael. Hapi Adonai beyad Moshe. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la 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 la, ya la la la, ya la la, Yay.
So as we do, please be seated. Charlie, you can take a seat for now. You can leave right there. So, to get here, there were a lot of individuals along the way who helped Charlie and Rachel to read from the Torah and to be the human beings that they are today. And so we're going to take a moment to offer some gratitude.
Well, here we are. I'm almost an adult. Well, I guess I am now, kind of. And adults like to dwell on the past a lot, so let's do that for a moment, as I thank the people who raised me and made me the person I am today. I'd like to start by thanking my big sister, Lindsay, for teaching me to love all, no matter what, and that she will love me no matter who I am. Thank you to my Aunt Audra for helping me find my love of art, and my Uncle Josh for helping me find my love of music and metal, and always being supportive of me and there for me. Thank you to my cousin Andrew for helping me finding out my true self and always being supportive of me. Thank you to my Gma for always dancing and embarrassing me and always pushing me to be my best, and my Gpa for teaching me the ways of the world. Thank you to all the people from Wilmington who have helped me grow as a Jewish person and teaching me the Torah. Thank you to my grandma and grandpa and Mima for always loving me and being there for me. And to all my friends who have helped me grow as a person and who have laughed and cried with me and all that. And especially thank you to Ruby Pesikoff for being the best person I know and just being amazing and singing on FaceTime as I'm writing this and just helping me figure out everything crazy in the world. And thank you to everyone who has helped me in this process, the rabbi and all my tutors and the cantor and Miss Patty. And thank you, and lastly, thank you to my family, my beautiful and amazing mom and my proud dad and my crazy brother. Mom, Dad, you may now join me on the bema.
Rachel, mazel tov, my dear, on a job well done. You've earned this honorable moment through all your hard work and dedication. When the chips fell, you picked up the pieces with grace and integrity, and you carried on. Through all your preparation for this event and the events over the past few years, you've shown tremendous growth and maturity. You're unshakable. You're unstoppable. Full of strength and beauty. I cherish our time together shopping and watching scary movies and our day trips to the mountains. They're my favorite. Your smile, energy, and enthusiastic outlook on life is infectious. As you enter life's next chapters, may these words of advice give you guidance, support, and courage. Never stop speaking your truth. Never stop writing your own life story. Never stop acting, creating art, making music, laughing, or your passions. Never stop expressing your vision. Never stop being loud and proud about your opinions. Surround yourself with people who lift you up and be the person who lifts others. And always, above all else, always be kind. I'm always here for you, and I love you. I love you. You too.
I'm going to try not to cry.
We'll see how that goes.
I want to thank the temple and the rabbi for all of your support and bringing us to this day. I want to thank everybody in attendance for joining us. I want to steal the words of our good friends, the Pesikoffs. Our world is a better place because each and every one of you are in it. Rachel, you are kind, you're caring, you're passionate, you're loving, and you're creative. We're so proud of the young adult that you've grown into and all the hard work you've put into preparing for this day, in your schoolwork, the amazing progress you've made, and in all of your theater and acting endeavors. I love that we share mostly similar tastes in music, our mutual love of animals, and our passion for helping others in need. Your ability to show empathy and compassion for others, even those you don't know, your friends, anybody in need, is one of your superpowers. And one of the things I admire most about you. I cherish our time together discussing music, listening to music, attending concerts, attending theater events, going to Black Cow or Sosu for some sushi, and shopping for various new and vintage items all around town. We love you so much, and we're truly grateful to have you in our life.
First off, I'd like to thank everyone here for coming today to support me and my sister Rachel. I'd like to give a special thanks to Cantor Thomas and Rabbi Ernheim for helping me throughout this journey. I'd like to thank my mom and dad who set this all up and who helped me out in so many ways. I'd like to thank all my grandparents for coming, and a special happy birthday to my grandma. Where was I? I love you all very much. I'd like to thank all of my extended family for coming and making this trip to see Rachel and I's B'nai Mitzvah. And lastly, I'd like to thank my lovely sister Rachel. She has worked so hard on this, and she has put so much time and effort towards this to do her very best. She also pushed me to do my best, not just in this B'nai Mitzvah, but all the time. She's constantly asking me how my day went or how certain things that I just did went, and then shows interest in them and asks questions and tells me what I should have done or that I did a great job. Every day when I get home from basketball practice, she's always there to ask how it went, and sometimes I ignore her just because I'm upset or tired, but I don't usually show the same sort of thing towards Rachel, and I truly love and appreciate her for it so much. She is an amazing sister and a great person. Thank you all so much.
Charlie, preparing for this moment has not been your favorite part. It's been a bit like climbing Mount Everest, long, arduous. It was fun at first when you were 13, then the pandemic shut it down and we were forced to hang out at base camp. 2 years later, we look up and we think, do we really want to do this? We lost sight of the course, but we charged ahead, and now here we are at the summit. You did it, and the view from the top is incredible. We are so proud of you. I've always loved spending time with you, hiking, ziplining, traveling, camping in sub-zero temperatures. You can navigate an airport like nobody's business, a great skill to have. Your knowledge of sports is unbelievable, and I hope maybe one day you'll make me an honorary member of your fantasy football league. Not likely. It was the great Michael Jordan who said, "I've missed more than 9,000 shots in my career. I've lost almost 300 games. 26 times I've been trusted to take the game-winning shot and missed. I have failed over and over and over and over in my life, and that is why I succeed. Charlie, may all your failures become extraordinary life lessons of growth and success, and may you always have love and kindness in your heart. I love you.
Charles, you're a good man. And I'm going to go off my script here a little bit, but as I am witnessing and feeling today, that's the one thing that kind of keeps coming to mind, is that you're a good man. And in this crazy world we live in, that is everything. And, I want you to know that we recognize and appreciate that, and you're a good man, Charlie Brown. Charlie, we know this was not the way you envisioned your bar mitzvah to go. But we know life doesn't always go the way you plan. You are intelligent, brave, thoughtful, analytical, and funny. We're so proud of the young man that you've grown into and the work you've put into school, your job that you've had since 14, and your basketball teams. I love the time that we spend together, watching sports, attending sports, grabbing nachos at Ed's, practicing your driving, among many other things. I cherish that time. Your ability to find illegal online streams of American sporting events, even while in foreign countries, is clearly one of your superpowers. You have taught me so much about respect, listening, patience, and for that I will always be grateful. As you continue to grow as a person and as a young adult, I look forward to riding along in all of the ways that you continue to help me grow and learn as a man and a father. We love you very much and are extremely grateful to have you in our lives. Go Dogs.
We have one more blessing to offer you, Charlie and Rachel. I'll ask the congregation to please rise as we open the ark. Okay, so everyone come on in. This way. Yeah, we're going to do a huddle, exactly like football. So stand right here. Okay. Take maybe one step back. We're a little. There we go. Perfect. It's okay. You don't have to do anything. So Charlie and Rachel, there is a tradition in Judaism, it's this thing called Devar Acher, and it means another interpretation. So in the Midrash, in one text that we have, the rabbis will look at one verse of the Torah, and they'll say, this Rabbi so-and-so, thinks that this verse means X. And then they'll say, Devar Acher, another interpretation, and they'll say, Rabbi Y thinks Z. And that is what our tradition is. It is layer upon layer upon layer of Devar Acher, of the beauty of seeing our sacred text through different eyes and sharing that interpretation with the world. I cannot think of a better example of Devar Acher than your B'nai Mitzvah. The two of you looked at the same exact text and saw things completely differently. And we as a congregation were able to learn through each of your eyes. And in so many ways, the way that you read your Parsha is a reflection of how you see the world. What makes you you? What makes you special? Charlie, your Devar Torah was a little bit rebellious. You were willing to ask tough questions, to be brave, to stand up for justice, to recognize when something was not right, that you had an obligation to say something. And that's who you are. You are brave, you're courageous, you ask tough questions, and you stand up in the face of injustice. Rachel, your Devar Torah was a reflection of your spirituality, of your self-awareness, of the way that you approach the world, thinking about the emotions of yourself and others. You have this incredible ability to protect, to love, to care for, to see other human beings, and to think about how we can soak up every single moment of life. Now, these are the two qualities that make you a good B'nai Mitzvah, that make you a good Jew. Caring for others, standing up for injustice, asking tough questions, being sympathetic, emotionally present, willing to learn and grow. And so as you carry on our tradition, now that it has been officially placed in your arms, I hope and I know that you will continue to spread that joy, to spread your Torah in the world. And for that, we are forever grateful. Mazel tov. We are so proud of both of you. Well, with that, I'll offer you the oldest blessing that we have in our tradition, and I'll ask you each to place one hand on each of your children and come in close. Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha. May God bless you and keep you. Together we say, Ken Yehi Ratzon. Yisa Adonai panav alecha v'yichunecha. May the countenance of God shine upon you and be gracious unto you. Ken Yehi Ratzon. Ya'er Adonai panav alecha v'yasem lecha shalom. May the presence of God be with you always, and may you live a life of peace, of shlemut, of wholeness, and may you continue to create that peace and wholeness for others and to create a more beautiful and whole world. And together we say, Amen. We'll remain standing as we continue with the words of Aleinu L'Shabeach.
Aleinu L'Shabeach Ladon HaKol, Lateit Gedula Leotzer Breshit, Shelo Asanu Kegoye Haratzot, Belo Samanu Kemishpechot Ha'adama, Shelo Sam Chelkenu Kahem, V'goralenu Kechol Hamonam, Va'anachnu Korim, Umishchachavim Umodim, Lifnei Melech, Malchei HaMlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. V'ne'emar, V'haya Adonai, L'melech al kol haaretz, Bayom hahu, Yeh Adonai echad, Ushemo echad.
Please be seated. Even on the most joyous of occasions, sometimes that's when we feel the absence of loved ones most profoundly. We take a moment to think of those in our congregation who have passed away recently in the past month, and those we are marking a yahrzeit, the anniversary of their passing. Our congregation is mourning Louise Rose, the wife of Stanley Rose, who passed away on Thursday and will be laid to rest later this week. In the period of Shloshim, we are remembering Barry Fleur, Cantor David Bernard Heisiger, Jack Mendel, and George Rosen. We are remembering the yahrzeit of the following individuals: Sylvia Cohen Becker, Louis Bruckstein, Elaine Cohen, Anthony DePessa, Doris Edelstein, Rabbi Shemaiah Ehudin, Etta Levy Ellis, Anna Feinerman, Harry Fernbach, Carol Goldsmith Friedman, Muriel Frisch, Kitty Forstman, Ella Forstman, Harold Gilberg, Anne Levy Goldberg, Richard Griffin Hagen, Francis Grunwald, Constance Marie Herron, Aaron Hirsch, Janet Hunt, Beatrice B. Jaffe, Laura James, Miriam James, Julie Ann James, Ella Josephsberg, Carol Kirsten, Norman M. Klein, Bernice Bunny Kranz, Leon Krefetz, Ellis Levinson, Sam W. Lipson, Jack London, Robert Menaker, Menny Mendel, James Merritt, Jerry Myers, James S. Miller, Morris Moshe Miller, Richard Morowitz, Lucky Munzer, Nancy Moran Needham, Howard Novell, Pearl Sith Polk, Samuel Rivlin, Louis Shapiro, Sarah L. Simon, Roz Simon, Philip Solomon, Hardy Spatz, Leona Stamler, Minnie J. Stein, Samuel Sorosky, Arthur Tierson, Paul Townsend, William N. Waronker, Faye Weber, Sidney Weinstein, Helen Weissman, Fred Weiss, Lawrence Wilkoff, Sally Zemmel, and Fanny Zubrak. The Schwartz family is remembering Marilyn Winter, Norma Schwartz, Charles Schwartz, Paul Christensen, Leo Scher, and Ruth Scher for blessed memory. I'll invite the entire congregation to please rise as we join together to offer comfort to all who are bereaved with the words of Mourner's Kaddish. Yitz gadal v'yitz gadash shmei rabbah, b'alma divrach yirotei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon v'yomechon u'v'chayei t'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'izman kari v'imru amen. Yehi shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam almei almaya, yitzbarach v'yishabach v'yitzba'ar v'yitzramam v'yitznaseh, V'yit adar, v'yit alev, v'yit alal, shmei d'kusha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiram b'alma v'imru, amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen. Osei shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, amen.
Oseh shalom b'imromav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imeru, amen.
Please be seated, and I'll invite Barry and Kelly to please join us, and Charlie and Rachel to join us for Kiddush. Grape juice, don't worry. I know you're very worried. Before we do, let's first say Kiddush, if everyone wants to grab a cup. And we'll sanctify the day of Shabbat together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Amen. L'chaim. It's a vintage grape juice right there. Mm-hmm. Challah. Rachel, if you want to take the cover off the challah there and lift it up. We'll join together in our prayer, thanking God for challah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam,
Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen.
And lastly, we'll offer the words of Shechianu. You can both take a nice big deep breath in and out. You did it. I hope you are so proud of yourselves. I know we are all so proud of you. You did a beautiful job, and we're looking forward to having you as adults in the Jewish community. We'll join together for the words of Shechianu.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehechianu v'kimanu v'hegianu lazman hazeh.
Shabbat
Shalom, Mazel Tov.
Thank you, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom. Mazel Tov. Congratulations. It was a nice speech. Very nice. You didn't copy it off of the internet?
Love you, Mom. I'm gonna eat all the challah.
Thank you. It was great. Everything worked out great.
Shabbat Shalom. Mazel Tov. Thank you very much.
Yes, of course.
I'm allowed to hug the rabbi. Thank you. You fucking gave. When did they make you like the kid?